Hi, my name's Ryan, and I'll be discussing Dyer's theory and what he believes. Richard Dyer believes that music artists and images constructed by the media and record label this is to appeal to their audiences and is used to increase profits and fans. Dyer's analysis is split up into four areas. Number one is how an artist constructs themselves, i.e. clothes. Number two is the industry and audience. Number three is the character and the personality of themselves. And lastly is the ideology and culture. Firstly, I want to talk about the way an artist constructs themselves. And that is presented to the audience in a very provocative way. And this gives her own unique selling point, as she kind of stands out from other artists. This also increases her own marketability, that she has its own brand image about herself, as she's consisted of kind of different kind of areas. Her own image is constructed due to members of the team who decide what she wears, how she looks, how she acts, how she dresses, and that kind of makes up her own kind of personality and her own self and constructs her own record label. And also what she wears has probably gave her a lot of fame, and I strongly believe in this, as a lot of music videos she's, like I talked about earlier, she's seen in a very provocative way. What she dresses is very kind of not suitable for everyday life. It's kind of for that kind of reaching out to that kind of target market. I'm going to talk about how the audience and the people around us kind of see an image of a artist and how they display kind of what they feel is right. And the person I'm going to talk about is Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber has kind of developed in a lot of ways in the last 5-10 years since he started out as a young boy who got spotted from online from Usher. This makes him a character who stands out with kind of the female market, and people want to be like and copy him as they see him as such a big figure. They kind of want to act like him, and also is known as he kind of had his own brand, his own hairstyle with his whole hair going to the right. It's kind of his own little trend which he had going on. Richard Dyer believes that his image is constructed by the media, very much so. What he wears, he's a kind of very sexual kind of guy now, with most music videos that is top on, top off. He's very kind of changed a lot over the years, and that's all for just the public. That's all for kind of women to kind of get hold of and look. It's very publicised now. As it was known as the Bieber haircut, moving back onto the Bieber haircut, it was known as that kind of haircut and his hairstyle and how it's changed, how he acted as that innocent guy, how the audience actually had made up that brand about him, how that haircut can actually be associated by him is actually amazing. So moving on to character and the personality. There I'm going to talk about of Dyer's analysis is the ideology and culture. Kanye West is a person that will be talked about a lot in the news, the press, and like Dyer says, it is music artists and images are constructed by the media, and definitely this brings into context with Kanye West, as his brand has actually been brought up by the media. Rumours have been made up about him, which draws attention to him, and also he's been constructed in a way which could be seen positive or negative with his kind of relationship with Kim Kardashian. It's kind of, he was an artist, but he's now kind of got this whole big identity about him, his own show, also his own brand as well. He's got that new fashion line which is called Adidas Yeezy, which sells him as a brand, let alone an artist. He's got such a big ideology about him and creates a massive image about him, and he's very well known. And that is why I agree with Richard Dyer, and the media has constructed a big image about himself, and it definitely does appeal to a large audience of a collection of people who actually follow him. The next one I want to talk about in Dyer's theory is the character and personality, and I'm going to focus on an artist who is very well known, and her name is Lily Allen. She is a very outspoken person, and I believe that a kind of artist, a record label, the way she's developed over the years definitely changed her to be this kind of controversial and not afraid to talk about her social life and her own views, which has kind of gave her that kind of a brand image of being able to kind of discuss everything and anything in any kind of way. Kind of very overconfident, and started out as a very quiet, humble young woman before she kind of got that kind of publicity through the brand image, and now she's kind of a very controversial and outspoken person. And now she is not an outspoken person. She's matured into a character who has her own views, and she puts them forward in her own way.